Okay, so normally when we start one of these deep dives, I try to, ease you into
A
it.
gentle introduction.
Exactly. Give you a floaty, let you get used to the water. Today, no, we are swan diving into the deep end. And I gotta tell you, the water is just really, really weird.
Mm.
We're looking at a pile of official documents today that will, and I mean this, it'll force you to rethink, well, everything. Government, reality, maybe even physics.
A paradigm shift.
Yes. But before my brain just completely short circuits, can you please set the stage? What are we actually talking about here?
Well, if you look throughout the annals of history, the primary directive of any governing body is the optimization of its logistics.
Okay.
From the aqueducts of Rome to the modern shipping container, the goal is constant.
Yeah.
Spatial efficiency and demographic management.
Demographic management.
It's the long quest to reduce the human footprint into a manageable, transportable unit. The ultimate expression of biodigital transport containment.
Right. Biodigital transport containment. That is a very, very academic and terrifying way of saying that the President of the United States has signed an executive order to give ICE agents Poké Balls.
That would be the Deportation Evolution Act, yes.
I honestly cannot believe I just said those words out loud. We are talking about the administration looking at a kid's cartoon from Japan and deciding, yes, that is the future of our border security.
Okay.
I'm holding the executive summary right here, and I keep flipping the pages expecting to find the punchline, but there isn't one. It's just procurement orders.
Let's not be reductive. The source material explicitly frames this as, and I'm quoting here, the most innovative immigration reform since the invention of the bus.
The invention of the bus, that's the bar. That's what we're clearing today.
Yeah.
Normally I'm looking up words like subpoena or, I don't know, amortization.
Mm-hmm.
Today my search history is Pikachu. It's Ash Ketchum. And I'm sitting here wondering if this is all just a simulation. Because DHS isn't treating it like a joke. They're treating it like, well, like you are. Like a breakthrough.
And for good reason. If you strip away the cultural iconography for a moment and examine the raw mechanics, what is it?
I'm afraid to ask.
It's a portable, spherical containment unit. It converts biological matter into energy, stores it, and then redeploys it on command. From a purely logistical perspective, replacing a fleet of vans with a belt of high-density spheres is a masterstroke.
It's pure insanity. Okay, let's back up. How did we get here? Because the origin story of this whole policy is somehow even wilder than the policy itself. It all started with a video.
The gotta catch 'em all propaganda video.
Which everyone thought was a parody when it leaked, a really weird campaign ad or something. But no, the DHS actually confirmed it. It was a proof of concept pilot program.
Precisely. In the world of high-stakes procurement, you need a use case demonstration. The administration observed archival footage of this operative, this Ash Ketchum.
Operative.
And they noted his exceptionally high capture rate. He uses a small team. He manages a vast array of powerful, often hostile entities.
You mean cartoon monsters?
The report specifically praises his ability to carry 6 operational units on his person while maintaining high mobility.
But here's the part that gets me. This is straight from the report. The president watched this, turned to his advisors, and he actually asked, if it works for a 10-year-old, why isn't it working for us?
It's a valid quotient of resource allocation. If a prepubescent independent contractor can maintain a near 100% containment rate using this tech, why is the federal government struggling with chain link fences? It points to a need for a paradigm shift. The catch-em-all doctrine offers a completion rate that standard policy just can't match.
It points to a need for someone to change the channel in the Oval Office. But fine. So they decide to pivot. They're getting rid of what you'd call legacy hardware.
Correct. The shift to spherical containment models.
No more handcuffs, no more vans. It's all about the balls now. And the training manual for the agents... Oh, you've got to hear this.
The updated engagement protocol is fascinating. It doesn't just say capture them. It specifies that agents must first weaken the targets.
Oh, I saw this part. This is where it gets, like, really dark, but also so weird. The attacks that agents are supposed to use, it's not tasers.
Right.
It's economic hardship and rhetoric.
Think of them as pre-capture debuffs. In any capture scenario, the probability of success, the catch rate, increases as the target's stamina decreases.
So if a target has a job and feels secure...
They are much harder to contain. The seer is more likely to fail, the target breaks free. By applying economic hardship, you are essentially lowering their HP, their hope points, one might say.
Hope points. Unbelievable. But the manual literally has math. It says applying a sanction or a tariff attack increases the catch rate by 1.5x.
Exactly. And Rhetoric functions as a status ailment, like paralysis or confusion. It disorients the target, makes them less likely to resist the sphere. It's just basic game theory applied to geopolitical enforcement.
It's treating people like they're hiding in the tall grass. And
Right.
that brings us to the new terminology, because they rebranded the people, too.
The official reclassification is DUPs, domestic undocumented Pokemon.
DUPs. They're calling human beings DUPs. The sheer audacity of that is just, it's breathtaking. It's like they wanted to dehumanize people, but make it sound friendly.
Well, the sources suggest the branding was actually driven by polling data.
Mhm.
A DHS spokesperson is quoted saying the policy polls very well with the 8 to 12 demographic.
Why are we basing immigration policy on what fourth graders think? Are they a key voting bloc now?
It's about future-proofing the electorate.
Yeah.
If you normalize the mechanic of capturing entities in spheres at an early age,
We're kidding.
the transition to applying that same mechanic to DUPs becomes seamless for the next generation of voters.
I am genuinely terrified. Okay, so where do these DUPs go once they're caught? Because they're not in cages anymore.
This is where the engineering becomes quite brilliant. We're moving away from the large footprint of detention centers to PC balls.
PC for police custody, of course.
These units allow for what's called high-density stacking.
Yeah.
Instead of acres of land, you utilize molecular compression storage. Thousands of units in a single climate-controlled warehouse. It completely solves prison overcrowding.
By shrinking people, you're just glossing over the fact that they're compressed into a ball. The documents talk about a digitization process. Like, does that hurt? Are you just floating in a red void?
The science of matter-to-energy conversion is quite robust. The subject is converted into data packets. And think of the reduction in overhead. You don't need to feed a digitized consciousness. Upkeep costs plummet. It's fiscal responsibility.
It's a sci-fi nightmare. And we have to talk about the architect of all this, the man behind the curtain. Stephen Miller. The source material says he came up with this whole Indigo League strategy while watching anime on a tablet during a holiday. I can't get that image out of my head.
Inspiration can strike anywhere. Archimedes in the bath, Newton under the tree.
Stephen Miller with the cartoons. And he's not just stopping at capture, he's changing the entire court system. It's not about asylum claims anymore.
It's about type advantage, which streamlines the proceedings immensely.
So the example they gave in the documents, if an immigrant is classified as a water type?
You deploy a grass-type agent, preferably the manual states, one with a degree in horticulture.
A degree in horticulture. We're hiring gardeners for Border Patrol now.
It ensures tactical superiority. The agent understands the root of the issue, so to speak. If you send in a fire-type agent against a water-type migrant, you just get steam and bureaucracy.
Yeah.
But grass defeats water. It's indisputable.
But how do you even determine a person's type? Am I a rock type? Are you a psychic type? It seems made up.
It's based on background temperament. The report mentions a rock versus ground strategy. A stubborn migrant, a rock type, would face a ground type agent, perhaps a geologist.
A geologist.
Ground moves are super effective against rock. It destabilizes their foundation. It's about matching agent background to detainee elemental alignment.
Elemental alignment. This is madness. But it's not just him. You have to bring in the corporate side of this. Because you'd think a company like Nintendo would see this and just say, absolutely not.
And their initial reaction was, in fact, tepid. A very standard legal denial of any involvement.
Right, tepid. But then the meeting happened.
White House meeting.
Yeah.
A turning point.
So the president sits down with the Nintendo executives. He doesn't show them charts or policy papers. He shows them a drawing, a crayon drawing.
A visual aid.
I need you to picture this. It's on official White House letterhead, right? The fancy, heavy kind. But the drawing is done in waxy, bright yellow crayon.
Yeah.
And you can see the pressure marks, like he really dug in. And it's a picture of him shaking hands with Pikachu.
It conveys enthusiasm, a strong partnership.
And the caption, also in crayon, all caps, "Make America gotta catch 'em again."
It's powerful branding. It connects civic duty with deep-seated nostalgia.
It's a crayon drawing, and it worked. Nintendo just flipped. They went from no comment to brand synergy opportunity.
Corporations have a fiduciary duty to maximize shareholder value. When the government offers you a monopoly on the gamification of national security, you accept the terms.
Which is how we got the new app, Pokémon Go, Southern Border.
A brilliant implementation of crowdsourced surveillance.
I read the prospectus. It's horrifying. They have geo-locked rewards. They want citizens to patrol areas to find region-exclusive migrants for in-game items.
It incentivizes civic engagement. Instead of passively observing a problem, citizens become active participants in its management. It's a gig economy meeting law enforcement.
It's a bounty system. Oh, look, I found a teacher from El Salvador. That's 500 XP. It's awful. But it gets worse. After the capture, there's the Safari Zone,
Ah, yes. The rebranding of the facility in the Florida Everglades.
which was already called Alligator Alcatraz. Not a great start. And now it's the post-deportation Safari Zone.
A pivot towards ecotourism.
Uh.
The concept allows individuals to inhabit a simulated natural habitat.
A swamp.
And in a stroke of genius, the DHS plans to charge admission for tourists.
They are selling tickets to a human zoo.
It creates a revenue stream that offsets the tax burden. The report also mentions they're considering using incense to attract certain demographics to designated viewing areas.
Wait, it's where the ethics debate comes in. The incense. Not the part where you build a zoo for people.
Well, there's a legitimate negotiation with Nintendo about the spawn rates.
Right.
You don't want to use too much incense and devalue the rarity of the encounter for the tourists. It's a delicate ecosystem.
I have no words. It's the justification for all this. The White House Deputy Press Secretary, do you remember the quote about why it's okay to put people in balls?
It was a very pragmatic observation on the economic climate. She asked the press corps, "Have you seen the price of eggs? Being inside a Poké Ball is the safest place for them right now."
The price of eggs. That's the defense. Sorry we turned you into a beam of light, but inflation is really high out here.
In a Poké Ball, you are immune to market volatility. You require no groceries. You are in a state of suspended animation, safe from economic hardship. It is the ultimate social safety net.
It is a tiny, spherical prison. And then right after she said that, she had to leave the press conference.
A tactical engagement, yes. She was alerted to a level 50 sanctuary city politician.
A level 50, a mayor or something.
A formidable opponent. High defense, high charisma. She had to depart immediately to, quote, weaken it with a tweet.
Weaken it with a tweet. They're living in the game now. There's no separation. A tweet is a special move to lower an opponent's defense.
And that is why it's so effective. Politics is a game. This administration has simply embraced the mechanics. They see a tweet as a leer or growl attack. It makes perfect tactical sense.
And the final insult. The supply chain. These Pokeballs, they're not American-made, are they?
The initial shipment, no, they're from China.
Of course they are.
But, and this is the genius part, they're arriving tariff-free.
How? We have tariffs on everything.
They've been classified under the Essential Law Enforcement Gadgets Clause. It completely bypasses the trade war.
So we can't get affordable steel, but we can get tax-free magical capture spheres.
It's about priorities, securing the perimeter before you improve the infrastructure.
This has been a lot. I think my brain has been hit by a confusion ray. I'm looking at these documents with the presidential seal next to a picture of a great ball.
It can be dizzying, but once you accept the premise that demographic management is fundamentally a capture quest, it all becomes rather elegant.
So what's the lesson here? What can you possibly take away from the government becoming Team Rocket?
The lesson is adaptation. We approach our problems, a difficult boss, a parking ticket, using standard logic. We try to reason with facts.
Yeah, that seems normal.
It is obsolete. The science of today's deep dive shows that you shouldn't use logic. You should apply type advantage.
Okay, explain how that helps me with my parking ticket.
If the meter maid is a steel type rigid, by the book, do not use a normal type attack, like complaining. It'll have no effect. Use fire.
You want me to set the meter maid on fire?
Metaphorically, bring the heat. Or a fighting type move, aggressive litigation. Know the matchup. If your boss is a fire type, all bluster and anger, be water. Drown him in paperwork.
Drown them in paperwork. Okay, I can actually use that.
And don't forget your rhetoric debuffs. Before you ask for a raise, lower their defenses. Start the conversation with something totally nonsensical to stun them. Then you throw the ball. Life is a battle. Know your stats.
So treat everyone like a wild encounter and try to trap them. That's deeply unhealthy, but it fits.
It's super effective.
Ugh, I walked right into that one. All right, that's it for us. I'm going to go lie down in some tall grass and hope nobody has any balls left.
Keep your eyes on the tall grass, everyone. You never know what's waiting.
Please don't throw a ball at me.
No promises.